Okay, these are your notes on classifying triangles. This is chapter 9, stop 2, pit stop A notes. So in order to classify triangles, we have two different categories. We're going to classify it as acute, right, or obtuse. And then we can classify it as equilateral, isosceles, or scalene. So this is kind of a breaking point on our two different classifications. So acute, right, or obtuse, and then we can pick equilateral, isosceles, or scalene. So we can give one triangle. If we have one picture of a triangle, we're going to pick one of these, and we're going to pick one of these to describe that triangle. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about an acute triangle. And if I think of acute triangle, I think of a cute little triangle. Okay, so I think of little angles. Cute, okay, it's little. Okay, a cute little triangle or acute triangles. A description of those is that all angles in an acute triangle are less than 90 degrees. So all the angles are acute. All, remember that's a symbol for angles, are acute. All angles are acute. And guys, this symbol, you may see it like this, or you may see it like that. Those both mean angle. Just so you know. So all angles are acute, or they're less than 90 degrees. They're cute little angles, they're less than 90 degrees. So if I were going to draw a picture of an acute triangle, it may look something like this. All those angles are less than 90 degrees. Remember, 90 degrees is a right angle. A right angle. Okay, the next angle we're going to talk about, or triangle, excuse me, is a right triangle. Well, a right triangle sounds kind of just like what it is. Right triangles, we know, have right angles. So a right triangle has one right angle, which is 90 degrees, and two acute angles. So it has one right angle, which is 90 degrees, and two acute angles. Okay, remember, acute angles are less than 90 degrees. Okay, so if I were going to draw a right triangle, those are probably the easiest ones to draw. It's a triangle with a right angle, so these are super easy to spot. If you see a triangle that has a right angle in it, it's automatically a right triangle. Okay? And the last way to classify a triangle like this, acute, right, or obtuse, would be an obtuse triangle. An obtuse triangle has one obtuse angle. An obtuse angle is greater than 90 degrees, just so you know. An obtuse angle is greater than 90 degrees. So it has one obtuse angle and two acute angles. So it has one obtuse angle, which is greater than 90 degrees, and two acute angles, which are less than 90 degrees. So if I were going to draw an obtuse triangle, it may look something like this. Okay, that angle right there is greater than 90 degrees. It goes past 90 degrees. So these two triangles, I think, are the easiest ones to spot. If you see a right angle, it's automatically a right triangle. If you see an obtuse angle, it's automatically an obtuse triangle. Okay? And the other way that you could classify this would be equilateral, isosceles, or scalene. So in an equilateral triangle, okay, an equilateral triangle, the word equal is in equilateral. So equilateral triangles have all equal sides and all equal angles. So an equilateral triangle has all equal sides and all equal angles. So every single side is the same length and every single angle is the same measure or degrees. So if I were going to draw an equilateral triangle, it would look something like this. This tick mark, there's one tick mark on this side, one tick mark on this side, and one tick mark on this side. Because all these sides have one tick mark, that means that they are all the exact same. Okay? I have one arc here, one arc here, and one arc here. Since every angle has only one arc, that means that all of those angles are the same. So every angle that has one arc measures the exact same. So all equal sides, all equal angles makes it an equilateral triangle. An isosceles triangle has two equal sides and two equal angles. So an isosceles triangle has two equal sides and two equal angles. So if I were going to draw an isosceles triangle, it would look like this. These sides are the same, so I'll give them both one tick mark. This side is a different length, so it gets 2 to show that it's different than these two. These have one tick mark, so they are the same. This one has 2, so it means it's a different length than those two. These angles are the same because they both have one arc. This angle would be different because it has 2 arcs. Okay? And then the last one is a scalene triangle. Okay, a scalene triangle has no equal sides and no equal angles. And here's how you can remember that. When I see scalene triangle, I see scale. When I think of an animal that has scales, I think of a snake. Snakes have scales. If Miss Clickman sees a snake, she is like, no, 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 you better kill that thing. I hate snakes, so I say no to snakes. Okay? So a scalene triangle reminds me of a snake, and I say no, no, no to snakes. I do not like them. So scalene triangles have no equal sides and no equal angles. All right, so a scalene triangle may look something like this. Right, where this side could have one tick mark. This side's going to have 2 because it's not the same. This side's going to have 3. Saying that none of these sides are equal because none of them have the same amount of tick marks. I would do the same thing for my angle. 1 arc, 2 arcs, 3 arcs, meaning that none of these angles are the same because none of them have the same amount of arcs. So a scalene triangle has no equal sides and no equal angles. When you see scalene, think of scales. Snakes have scales, and Miss Clickman says no, no, no to snake.